Good morning, sisters. How are you? I am both honored and humbled to be sitting here before you, to be participating and being part of the Women's Day activities for this year. I also want to thank the committee for just thinking of me and giving me an opportunity to be and participate. Now, as you know, the theme for Women's Day this year is Revive Us. And that is coming from Psalms 80, 18, and 19. And it reads, "Then we will not turn away from you. Revive us, and we will call on your name. Restore us, Lord Almighty. Make your face shine on us that we may be saved." So to be revived, there must be a revival, an awakening of religious, spiritual fervor, zeal, enthusiasm, and excitement. Now, all week we've had daily devotionals called A Moment of Refreshing. We've had Revive Our Heart, Refresh Our Faith, Renew Our Minds, and Restore Our Spirits. Today I'll be coming to you with our final devotional, Release Our Will. Now, to release is to allow or enable to escape from a confinement, set free, and or let go. And for the will, there's two definitions I'll be using is deliberate or fixed desire or intentions. And also control deliberately exerted to do something. Again, note that this week we've asked the Lord to revive, refresh, renew, and restore us. And because of his grace and mercy, he will do all these things and more. And because of his and Reverend Geneva always say you got to watch out for those buts. But to release our will is not something God does for us. It is something we do for him because of who he is and what he has done. Releasing our will is a choice we have to make. The Lord has given us free will to make our own decisions. In Joshua 24 and 15, Joshua tells the Israelites, "Choose you this day whom you will serve." In other words, he was saying, make up your minds. To release our will, we must let go and let God. The releasing of the will requires a decision to do or not to do. Look back at Psalms 80, verse 18, and I'm just going to read just a small parts of it. And it reads, "We will not turn away from you." That's an intentional choice. We will call on your name. That's a fixed desire. So, sisters, releasing our will is calling for us sisters in the Spirit to act collectively as we respond individually to the Lord's calling. And going back to revive us, our theme, with us meaning first person plural, that means me, Sharon, Reverend Geneva, you, and you, and you, and I see you back there, and it includes you also. Releasing our will and reviving us works hand in hand. Because the us is an inclusive statement that brings all of our individual responses together to work as a cohesive unit in serving our God. So let's release our will. Jesus says in John 9 and 4, "I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work." Sisters, we must choose to work the works of him that sent us. We must relinquish control. And our prime example is in Matthew 26, where Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane asked the Father if it were possible that the cup may be removed from him. But then he said, "Yet, even though, still, not my will, but your will." It was a choice. Think about it, sisters. In these last 2 years, that zeal and motivation to come together has been taken over with the spirit of complacency in so many. Even fear have crept in. to some. So, some that are able would rather stay home than come into the house of God. Then some say that when the time is right, they'll return to in-house service. When the time is right? As to releasing our will, we've spoken of our individual responding and of relinquishing control. Now, to all my sisters, I say, let's remember our past, all the things that God has done for us and has brought us through. Let's rejoice in our present, knowing we have come this far by faith, so that we can run with reason into our future, being all that God would have us to be. And those who can, return to worship. The word tells us, forsake not the assembling of yourselves. Is it time? Last but not least, it brings me to, I'm talking to all of our sisters on our e-campus. We're just thanking you and praising you on all the platforms for being there on Sundays and Wednesdays and for our services. I'm thanking all of you for being there. But this request that I'm putting out right now is for all the sisters that are waiting for the right time to return to in-house services. I would say that this Women's Day is a good day and a good time. Yes, sisters, in releasing our will, we open ourselves up to be revived. We are saying to God, not my will, but your will be done. We're saying, yes, Lord, yes to your way, and yes to your will. So, sisters, let's show up and show out. Let's be there with the Lord calling. Let's surrender what we think we want to do. Let's step forward and let go and let God work in us and through us. We got to be careful, Lord, because we stand there sometimes and just wonder what is going on. And we want to control everything about our lives. But we have got to let go. So I'm just thanking you and I'm praising you, and I'm going to close with this prayer. Lord, as we release our will, we thank you for the renewing of our minds, replacing the spirit of complacency with that of zeal and fervor. Lord, if we want you to revive our hearts, we must release our will. If we want you to refresh our faith, we must release our will. Lord, if we want you to renew our minds, we must release our will. And if we want you to restore our spirits, we must release our will. We've got to let go and let you, O Lord, work in and through us. As we finish out this week of daily devotions, we look forward to what you are about to do this Women's Day, to the mighty word that will be coming forth. Open our spiritual ears so that we may hear individually what you are saying to the church, so that we may collectively move forward in doing your work to exalt and glorify you. Let the spirit of revival work mightily through us, O Lord. May it permeate all of our campuses, Louisville, Indiana, Hardin County, Dosker Manor, and all of our platforms of our e-campus. So, Lord, we know that you cannot if we will not. So we choose to release our will. Let go and let you. Revive us, O Lord, and we will be revived. So again, sisters, let's show up and show out this Sunday. I'll see you then.